Hey y'all, it's your girl Nurse Channie, and I am back with a story time video. So I did a poll on my Instagram, which my Instagram used to be I am Nurse Channie. I'm going through a rebranding process. Yes. Your girl is in business planning mode. And so now I am the know-it-all nurse on Instagram. So you can find that right here. Make sure you're following me on Instagram because that's where I vibe with y'all the most. That's where I give out my nurse nuggets, my nurse tips, and all that good stuff that you guys said that you love about my space. Okay, so I want to do a story time today because I did a poll on my Instagram and you guys said you wanted more stories. I'm doing this whole series on OB nursing, and my next video is going to be about the role of the labor and delivery nurse, but I thought it'd be fun to throw this story time in. So as a delivery nurse, a labor and delivery nurse, when I was a new nurse, one of my goals was to keep this big log, a journal of all the deliveries that I attended. And I wish that I had done that. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't do it because that could have been a great body of work. You guys would have loved that, because for those of you who are interested in working in this industry, I think it would have been nice to have that collection of stories. But there was this one time that I had a delivery and the patient pulled her weave out. She pulled her weave out and threw it at the midwife. And I was like, did that just happen? Did she just pull her weave out and throw it at the midwife? Oh my God, y'all, I gotta tell y'all this story. Keep watching. So when I was a new grad nurse, I was very structured in making sure that, I was on my P's and Q's, because I used to be this nurse who was like a perfect patty nurse. I got to make sure I have this and that and check all these boxes and make sure everything is perfect and make sure my room is set up and everything is pristine and all that good stuff. Nurse Channie today, it ain't that type of party. But when I was a new grad nurse, my goal was to be perfect at everything, because let's face it, as new grad nurses get judged a lot. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. New grads, the block is hot for y'all. And I understand. And I recently started doing coaching and mentorship for new nurses. And I was talking to one of my mentees last week, and she expressed just that, the block is hot for new grads. But I want you all to stand your ground, be firm in your nursing knowledge, and own what you know. I'm going to tell y'all a secret. We're going to get to the story, but I got to tell y'all this. Nurses are mean. Sometimes we are some of the meanest people, especially seasoned nurses. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Sometimes we going to put y'all through the test. And I'm saying we collectively. I do not follow that motto of nurses eat their young, because I like to nurture people and I'm helpful, and I don't want to see anybody flailing, okay? But I have seen this in the work area. I have seen seasoned nurses not be so kind to newer nurses. I mean, it happened to me. But listen, I'm here for you guys. If y'all even just need to talk to me like, Nurse Channie, this is what happened to work, jump in my DM. My DM is always available to you. But yeah, when I was a new grad, I wanted to be perfect the perfect nurse, okay? And so me and one of my favorite midwives, we're actually friends now, we're in this delivery. And so whenever I used to go into a delivery as a newer nurse, I used to have all this anxiety, okay? I used to have so much anxiety because it's a lot that goes on when a baby is being born. Like, you're dealing with the mama who's in pain and trying to push this baby out. You're dealing with the family who may be there as the paparazzi or, let me tell you, my first nursing job, I worked with some very colorful people, like lots and lots of personalities. I worked in a very inner city neighborhood, and I loved our patients, but they came with their own set of challenges, okay? And so sometimes the family members would be there for the delivery, but not in the most supportive fashion. That's just what it is. We'll just call it what it is. So this delivery was like that. The mama was in there, was like her third or fourth baby, if I remember. So she came in and she was quickly moving in labor. And again, I wanted to be the perfect nurse. When you are a labor and delivery nurse, you want to have your bed set up so that when your baby comes out, if it needs any kind of oxygen therapy, you have that ready. That's one of the things that we have to have available for delivery. You want to have your delivery table set up so that when the midwife or the doctor comes in for the delivery, they have all the supplies and instruments and things that they need for the delivery. So you want to make sure your room is prepared. And so on this particular day, I don't feel like my room was prepared. So in my mind, I'm just like so anxious about that. Like, oh, I didn't get to set up the warmer like I wanted set up. And I'm just thinking of 1,000 things. So while I'm thinking of all the things I need to do, I still have to be present for my patient who was in the most painful part of her labor process. And she was just thrashing around the bed, moving. She didn't get an epidural. She wanted pain medicine, but she was beyond the point of us giving her pain medicine because the baby was just about to deliver. And so I called the midwife in, and so she's in her position and she's ready to catch this baby. And this patient, she just like let out this grunt. And as she was pushing, she grabbed her hair, and I'm looking at her like, what the hell is she doing? Like, what? Wait, sis, what are you doing? What are you doing? She grabbed that hair, that weave, and then she hurled it at the midwife. And I was like, oh shit. Like, what kind of ratchet delivery is this? And me wanting to be in control of the situation, I was very much like, all righty. She just threw her weave. Like, inside of me, I'm bursting with laughter, but I can't very well laugh at this lady who is in pain, who just ripped her weave out. I mean, not a wig. I mean, like a glued in weave. She ripped that out of her scalp and hurled it across the room at the midwife. And I was just like, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. So, all's well that ends well. Baby was safe. Mom was safe. Missing her tracks in the middle, but she was good after her delivery. And when we left out, the midwife went to the station and she's telling everybody about this delivery. And she's like, but Chandra is just standing there with a straight face, where the midwife like burst out laughing when this girl hurled her weave at her. I just didn't know what to think of it. I was just like, alrighty then. And so while I was trying to be oh so professional, the midwife was like, I can't believe that you were just straight-faced in there, when I couldn't contain myself because this girl just threw her weave at me. I mean, it was probably the most memorable. It's it's probably in the top 10 of the most memorable deliveries that I have attended. Like, I'm never going to forget the sight of that weave across the room at the midwife. Like, where we do that at? Like, I know you in pain, sis, but is this the response to pain? We ripping our hair out and throwing it at our doctors? It was an experience for sure. I'm just like, wow. Wowzers. Like, women go through a lot when they are in pain. I mean, when I had my second child, that probably was the most painful experience I've ever had in my life. I didn't have a weave in, but I don't think I would have pulled my hair out. But I guess it sort of kind of makes you feel like that. When you're in that kind of pain, labor is intense. And I guess it does make you feel like you want to rip your hair out. And sis literally ripped her hair out. And she was like, I'm over y'all. I'm over pushing this baby out. And I'm over this weave. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Please let me know what other kinds of videos y'all want me to talk about here on the Know It All Nurse channel. If you are a new grad nurse who feels like you need support, you need the knowledge, the experience, the wisdom of someone who has been where you are right now, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can always do a consultation call with me. I can have the conversation with you, see what your needs are, see how I can best support you to help you gain clarity in your nursing career so that you can have the confidence to call the shots as a nurse. Nursing is not just my job. It is my passion, and I love being in this space to share that with you all. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Please come on back for the next video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.